Series and also here at Aeroflow Race Real. And of course, Aidan Stutchbury down here in skid marks, the Dial In Racing VH Commodore. It's nice to see that aqua green XR6 Turbo back as well, again this week.
.065 on the tree for Danny. 185 to the 60.
I'll tell you what, the Statesman was testing the water out there.
Yeah, went 025 red. And Danny runs on through first, 1385 with a 197 miles an hour through the top end.
And 16.4, 85 miles an hour for the Rocket Lane.
Yeah, Stewie talking earlier about the weather conditions and how they can affect the performance of your car. Now, we had, of course, the Andrew Drag Racing Masters here on Saturday, just gone, and through the middle of the day, there was probably around about a 10th difference in some of the cars to what they ran, like say, the first pass out for the morning. I'll say the third round of qualifying, there was a marked difference across most categories with the cars running slower because of the heat.
Yeah, well, it would have been in the 40s by then.
I don't know. Yeah, it was definitely warm. I'm not sure if it got quite that hot on Saturday. Sunday was a scorcher here in Sydney. I didn't even bother going outside, but it was definitely warm. I'm not gonna try and dispute that, but yeah, the weather conditions were knocking around the performance on some of the cars here on Saturday. And then, of course, you know, as the shadow came over the racetrack, as we see here every afternoon at Sydney Dragway, the cars picked up again, back to you know, the early morning run. Aidan Stutchbury going through his burnout procedure now, taking on Nicholas Barillis down there from South Strathfield.
Yeah, he goes to show you don't need to do a big burnout.
No, and it depends on the tyre that you're running as well.
Yep.
But in these conditions, that track would be the ride would be fairly soft, probably a little bit greasy if anything. 020 to an 010. Barillis with the better of the light between the two. Stutchbury with the performance, 1063 with a 126 miles an hour.
And 15.3 at 90 miles an hour. So, yeah, both of those guys got off the line. No problems at all. We've got the Falcon down in the Rocket Lane up against the VX Commodore, the Aeroflow lane.
You know what? On paper, this should be a pretty cracker of a race, although Corey's got the nitrous, but this XR6 Turbo is no slouch either. Look at it come on as it leaves the line. Of course, Corey, as I mentioned, has got the advantage of the nitrous, but 11.06 at 132. Look out. Let's get him, if that's in the comp night, gets those reaction times down. Oh man, that thing's going to be chasing cars left, right and centre. Sammy Joe coming out now in the green machine. That little purge of the nitrous. Dial In Racing, of course, sponsored by Shift Ride as well, who've done a lot of work for Sammy Joe and Brian as well on the gearbox on this car. Of course, Haltech looking after them as well. And Sammy Joe just rolling forward, just needs to roll the car back, get it back into stage. And looks like there may be a slight problem here, might have to give her a push. Just struggling just to get the car into reverse. That's a little bit weird there, Steve and Mark.
Yeah, very unusual. Okay, looks like they are going to push this car back. Hopefully there's nothing major there. Just get it back round to the trailer and get it sorted.
I'll tell you what, Steve and Mark, just pushing that car back, that bonnet was super hot.
Okay.
The amount of heat that was coming out from that right-hand front of the bonnet there.
So did you get much of what the problem was, Stu? What, just won't select any gear or just won't select reverse?
It seemed like it was reverse, or it didn't want to shift. So into drive. So
Okay.
maybe there's a slight issue there with the selector rather than the actual gearbox.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah. Ah, okay. The button apparently. So it might be a trans brake problem.
.11.51 with a 141 miles an hour for the bike in the airflow lane to take the win there.
Yeah, Sammy Jo was just driving past me, Mark, and she was going like this, which tells me it could be a trans brake problem.
Yep.
Hopefully they'll get that sorted and Sammy Jo can come around for the first round of the comp night. There's got Emmett out here now on the Hayabusa, taking on the big Kawasaki ZX14.
.972 with a 148 miles an hour for the rider in the airflow lane there, Mark.
Yep, 977 for the rider in the rocket lane.
One of those bikes made an interesting sound at around half track. I don't know if it was a limiter or what, but
That sounded like it was bouncing
Yeah.
along. Yeah, I did hear that.
all right, Angela Phipps Hunt down there in the airflow lane. See what she can do on this run. Second of the night for her. Away with an 0.55 red. Out in front at the moment, and we'll run on through for an 11.0 at 138 miles an hour.
And 10.9 at 143 miles an hour for the rocket.
You can tell this guy is also a burnout driver, especially when you've got his grin on his face. And this guy actually has been on the burnout pad before, Mang 4 Lena. And looks like he's racing his dad in the AFL.
I'll tell you what, his dad's not too bad on the lights. 0.020. .14.5, 93 miles an hour to a 14.5 at 94 miles an hour.
Now that's cool. We got the Out West Mitsubishi Mirage front-wheel drive drag car. Got a set of radials on the front of it, Mark. And Steve, there's nothing cooler than a front-wheel drive burnout in my book.
You can hear the turbo spooling at idle,
Oh,
spinning around at idle.
0.0.
Yeah, nice.
That's going to take some beating. But that's totally unofficial. We will get confirmation of that one. Okay, you got the VF Commodore up against the VX Commodore.
Rocket lane away first, Mark, but I think the airflow, a little bit more performance is in front at 1,000. And a 13.55 at 104 to take the win.
And 15.9, 76 miles an hour.
A pair of VE R8s down here. the club sport. Both of them club sports. Although the VE down here in the rocket lane's got a better set of rubber on the rear end of it than the silver one. The silver one much better on the reaction time. Should take the win. 13.21 there as the Hyundai i30N sedan comes out, about to take on the Fiat above.
The Fiat's a small car, isn't it? I
Yeah.
mean, the Hyundai's not a big car, but even next to it, the Fiat looks tiny.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be too much between that and a smart car.
There wouldn't be a lot. I think the Fiat definitely bigger there. Maybe not an original Fiat, like an early Fiat, there wouldn't be. 182 on the tree for the Fiat. The Hyundai with the performance here though, and will get their first 13.6 at 100 mile an hour.
And 15.1 at 88 miles an hour. Volvo, oh, we've got
A new
another
Supra.
Supra. They look great in black.
Yes. They're probably pretty rare in black, I'd say.
Yeah. Actually, all cars look great in black. Especially Anglias.
Yeah, well, mine's red, mate. It's not changing colour. Ooh, nice launch there for the Supra.
Nice gear changes too.
Yeah. I wonder if it's got a sequential box in it.
That was early on the brakes.
Yeah.
12.8, 92 miles an hour.
And a 20-second pass for the Volvo this time around. Only 73 miles an hour, but the Volvo driver out there having a blast, I'm sure.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how fast or how quick you go.
Steve, you always know when drag racers are enjoying their burnout. Driver down here in the aeroflow lane in the Pulsar had a massive grin on his face as he's going sideways in the burnout.
Well, I'm pretty sure you interviewed him last week, and that he said that was the best part.
Yeah, I did actually. He's out here just about every week and absolutely loves his off-street drag racing. But the VL Turbo, bit of a tyre spin off the line. He is only running street rubber on this car. And a little Pulsar is keeping him honest.
It was only the last. It was only the last 300 feet that the Commodore got on around him there, Stu.
Well, I'll tell you what, from one Nissan Pulsar to the more sedan version Nissan Pulsar, and he got very tiny wheels on this car, taking on the Mustang.
Mustang getting just a little bit untidy off the line. (14.2), 108 miles an hour for the Mustang. And 18.4, 75 miles an hour for the Pulsar.
All right, Owen coming out now in the dialed-in racing Volkswagen T-Roc. Has thrown the gauntlet down already on the start line. Very good reaction times straight off the hit. Unfortunately, his number plate holder has come loose. So we'll just get him fixed up. We've got this Falcon S down here, the little EA or EB. And a .482 there for the Falcon. Tell you what, Owen's been out of the seat for a fair while, Steve, but hasn't lost it in the drag racing sense of things.
Yeah, not a bad reaction time, and that car is going to take the win here. 15.5, Stu, 88 miles an hour, and a 17.0 in the rocket lane. Next pair up, we'll see Dave Matasevic down there in the airflow lane. He took home a trophy on Saturday night.
And he's up against the Statesman in the rocket lane.
025 for the Cortina and 102 on the tree for the Statesman. Little Windsor in the Cortina doing its thing. 10.60 at 125 across the finish line.
And 16-3 at 86 miles an hour for the Statesman.
I'll tell you what, Dave's got the eyes on Mark. He's got the race face on. He means business tonight. All right, the two Falcons. And Christopher Ellis down here in the CMV Performance Falcon, taking on this XR6 Turbo.
Well, Rocket Lane all the way, 10.5, 133 miles an hour.
It's certainly moving for a street car. 133 is probably north of 200 kilometres an hour.
Yep.
In 400 metres. Into our bikes again. See on our live stream, Paul Hutchings on his way to Sydney Dragway. And 11:35 with a 11:39 with a 5 at 1:42 in the aeroflow lane to take the win there.
Well, just to anyone sitting up in the stands and anyone down in the staging lanes, if you've got any mates sitting at home talking about gonna come out, give them a call. Get them out here. There's plenty of room for them.
Yep.
And they can put plenty of passes in and absolute value for money. More fun, the better.
If you haven't got a helmet, we can even hire you one.
Yes.
So 64 on the tree for the rider in the aeroflow lane. Out the back door, a 986 with a 9 at 146 mark.
Wow.
Lots of RPM for the bike down in the rocket lane. Sounds like a little 600 there on the limiter. Either that or it's doing about 15,000 RPM. I'm not quite sure, but a 1066 with a 0, 145 miles an hour through the finish line. Tell you what's been a pretty busy weekend in motorsport this weekend just gone, Mark. We had, of course, the Andrew Masters, Drag Racing Masters here on Saturday, and then, of course, over the weekend in Willowbank, they had their alcohol, pro alcohol race meeting up there as well. I don't know if you saw any of the posts. There was a number of quite significant storm fronts come through right on the evening. They did get... I watched a little bit of the stream. They were drying the track like in the deep end. The edge of the cloud must have come through and dumped a whole heap of water in the braking area. The racetrack itself was virtually untouched. And so they dried the track. They ran Nitro Funny Car and I think Comp or something like that. And then all of a sudden the commentators were like, oh, and you could see the footage, all the banners and stuff was just going absolutely everywhere. The gazebos and stuff, and that was it. They halted racing, and then I switched off after that. And then the next morning, unfortunately, I was scrolling Facebook, and I think every second post was a destroyed gazebo of some form, because those things aren't cheap, and the races rely on them for shade, of course, in the pit area, and they were no match for the storm front that came through, but there was definitely some cool there was definitely some cool lightning photos too. If you like lightning storm photos, there was one or two that was like a big multi-fingered hand, where it just and then through the sky, not like straight down. It was like a hard to describe. And of course there was also the Warrnambool Classic down in Warrnambool for Speedway, if Speedway racing is your thing. And always a fantastic, that was a sellout down there. So
that's great.
Yeah. Nice to have you on board. Adam, I can see one of our producers, Adam Heron, down is posted on our live stream. Of course, if you're up in the stands and want to shout out, chuck it on the Tracks Instagram or Facebook account, and we will endeavour to give you that shout out. What do you got for us down there, Stu?
Mate, I'm down here with the GOAT of Street Fighter, the man, the myth, the legend, Danny Stoudemire, with one of the smallest steering wheels that you'll see in a sedan. Mate, how's the night going so far, Danny?
Started off with really big cherry, but last run was all right. It's just damn hot. I had to have some water then. I'm just dehydrated, so yeah, it's tough, but it's, you know, we're only here for a minute at a time, so it's not too bad.
Have you had to play around with the tyre pressures on the rear end?
No, it's just standard, just getting them where they should be. It's not quite as good as it normally is out there. I don't know why, it's maybe a bit hot, but yeah, it could be the driver.
Well, I'll tell you what, that track's going to come around very, very soon. We got Wicked 4 Litre, which will be coming out. It's going to be in the comp night as well. But I must admit, boys, I've been very, very impressed with this XR6 Turbo. And the gentleman who's racing this tonight, mate, what's your name?
Ben.
Mate, welcome to Aeroflare Race Real. Tell me a little bit about this car, because seriously, man, this thing is hauling.
It's basically got a Turbo 400 in it, and it's built off Daddy's money.
Fair enough. Question, how much more do you think this thing's got in it?
If it goes off by the people who built it, it'll probably has a 9 in it.
I'll tell you what, if it runs a 9, I reckon you're going to be doing the Toyota jump.
I'll need a Toyota to get it home then.
We might see it tonight. Have fun, mate. How good is that, guys?
Yeah, that's sensational.
It is. What I like about it, Mark and Steve, it is just fully, as you would see a Falcon on the street. You take the tyres off it, put a set of rims on it, and yeah, you'd swear it'd just be a daily driver. It is seriously cool. Now, this Osnos ute down here, Steve, not only does it sound sensational, but this has got a race number on it. It's up from Victoria, judging by the number plates. So, and it runs in Super Street. It's a car that I think I've seen before, but not very often here at Aeroflare Race for Real.
We jumped over to the airflow lane, Mark.
Yeah. Got to share it around.
Yeah.
Share the love and the rubber.
Fairly close off the tree. The ute with the better reaction time, 1:43.
Volvo got out of there, 0.213.
And the ute through the finish line, Mark, with a 12.90 at 112 miles an hour.
And 18.9 at 72 miles an hour. So the Volvo is really consistent, which dial your own consistency.
Yep.
They go hand in hand.
That they do. Consistency across the board in reaction times and, of course,
Yep.
the ET.
So I've just been told, Steve, that
Yes.
it's Robbie Madden who's driving that Osnos ute. He's up from Wollongong.
Ah, yes, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, Billy was just telling me. Thank you, Bill.
I knew with it being a 3-digit number, it was definitely an early one. I wonder how long it's been since Robbie's ventured down a racetrack. Of course, had that very, very nice big block Camaro, I think it was last time I saw him out here at Sydney Dragway. Of course, running a healthy dose of nitrous through its veins.
That always works.
Yeah.
Well, Billy was just telling me that he was selling car parts since the Colosseum.
Billy could maybe get away with that.
I wouldn't be admitting to that one.
Oh, Danny Somoda getting the AU up and boogieing. 0.027 reaction time on the tree. Much better 60 this time. And running on through a 1386, 98 miles per hour. Just the people that are here at the track, guys, if you are hungry, make sure you get up the top and grab yourself a pizza from Gas Fired Pizzas. Or if you want a coffee, or a cold drink, make sure you go up and see Denise up at Go Nuts for Donuts.
And I think there's also a Volkswagen
there is.
food and beverage supplier down near the scrutineering shed.
Got the hot dogs and everything down there. They look great too. Well, Statesman gets out on a 0.40. 2.4 for the 60 foot. But Falcon across the line first, 14.7, 95 miles an hour. To a 16.4 at 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, very small burnout there for the XR6 Turbo. Not too much smoke out of the back of those radials on the rear end of the car. Good to see the XR6 Turbos out here for 2026 Aeroflare Race for Real. As a little spin of the tyres at about 10 foot out from the XR6, and the Varillas Falcon just does what it does best, point and shoot. 12.10 to a 15.36.
Did something just come off that Falcon down the bottom of the track there?
Was it rust?
Oh, Stewie, low blow.
Oh, I was just asking Mark.
Was that?
Was it rust?
I couldn't help myself, all right?
You've been hanging around Mark too long, Stu.
Yeah, well, you know. I'm a Mazda fan, I can say that, although I cop it back too.
Well,
AJ Stewart down here with his very bright crew leathers.
you're not wrong.
I
It's certainly
thought,
pretty loud.
Oh no, I thought Michael Rich's leathers were loud, then I seen the AJ's. Man, the pink and purple. That'll look good on Gareth's bike, you know that. Gareth Wilcox's bike with the purple front end.
I've got 2 daughters, they love it.
Ah, you got 2 daughters, they love it. So do they pick the colours, do they?
Yep.
Ah, fair enough, that makes sense then. That makes sense. It makes it easier for us commentators too, because we can actually see down the end of the track. It's good. All right, just a little bit of a clean-up session in the Aeroflare lane. The male model, Keithy, down there, working hard. Of course, down the end of the track, our great track crew. Doesn't look like anything too bad, boys, so hopefully we'll be back to racing very, very soon. I'm getting keen for the comp night tonight. There's been some good reaction times so far. And some very, very tough races as well. Which sometimes doesn't mean much, because you could be a first timer or someone that's been racing Aeroflare Race for Real for a while, and you're thinking, I'd like to have a crack at this dial your own racing. This is the perfect place to have a crack at it, to see if you like it. Might take a couple of goes, but then if you get the bug and you're successful, you can make the step up into our New South Wales State Championship Series here at Sydney Dragway. And go race in Street Fighter.
Well, I'll tell you what, Stewie, that definitely got out of shape.
Actually had a chat with AJ just before he came out, and just mentioned to him this truck is hot at the moment. It will come around. It might take an hour or two, but I'll tell you what, when it comes around, we're going to see some cracker times on this drag strip. 051 on the tree there in the Aeroflare lane. Great effort by that rider. 10:35, 1:44. Man, that's hauling. As Emmett comes out now on his Jexer. one of our regular motorcycle riders here at Sydney Dragway. Absolutely loves his off-street drag racing.
.964 at 146 miles an hour.
Hey?
Not a bad reaction time for the Aeroflow lane. And not a lot between these two bikes. 10.6, 144 miles an hour to an 11.3 at 132 miles an hour for the Aeroflow lane. Well, Commodore up against the Mirage. As Stewie said earlier, big set of tyres in the front of this car.
You need it for all the punishment they're about to cop.
There what's steering really well.
Yeah, it is so far. 99 miles an hour to half track. It's not hanging around, Mark. 11.90, 125.
And 13.6 at 117 miles an hour. Not a bad reaction time for the Volvo. .187, 72 miles an hour again. Super consistent.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Mark, Stewie and I might just have a quick break and we'll be back with you here for some racing action at Sydney Dragway. Aeroflow Race for Real.
I have this incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition. I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport. And that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
Building a street car through to a race car? Be sure to think of Aeroflow Performance. The ever-increasing range that started with just hose, fittings and fuel system components has grown to include boosted turbochargers, bang shift shifters, X-Pro ignition and electrical accessories, Bosch motorsport products, fabrication parts, as well as driveline and engine components. With an exceptional distribution network and inventory, Aeroflow products are always within reach. With more to come in the future, be sure to keep an eye out at aeroflowperformance.com.
Hey everyone, are you in business for yourself? Maybe you own and run a transport business and are eyeing off a new truck or trailer. Or maybe you're a tradesman needing another essential tool. Well, here's a game changer for you. Check out Credit One Equipment Finance. They are Australia's top choice for financing for good reason. Whether it's transport, construction, farming, or any trade, Credit One Equipment Finance is perfect for your business. No matter your industry or equipment needs, Credit One Equipment Finance is your go-to solution. They understand that growing your business means having the right equipment and tools, which often requires substantial investment. With Credit One's diverse finance options, you can acquire your excavator, van, truck, crane, or whatever your job demands. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out over 1,800 glowing 5-star reviews on Google. That's right, 1,800 and counting. For competitive rates and solutions that beat the banks and for lightning fast loan approvals, visit www.creditoneequipmentfinance.com.au or click the link in the video description below. Empower your business today with Credit One Equipment Finance.
Well, guys, I've got some good news. Sammy Joe will be coming back out in the dialed-in racing Commodore. It was just a wire that had come loose, and to get reverse, you have to hold the trans brake on to get reverse, and it was just a little wire. So it's an easy fix, and we'll see Sammy Joe back out very, very soon. Still plenty of cars going through scrutineering. The Honda CR-V that we know and love is back again tonight. So we'll see that out on track very, very soon.
Oh, the Volvo, Mark. Look, you've come alive. 087 on the tree.
It's launched.
Yep, that bowler's hat definitely on there, pinned against the back window. It's all comical and stereotypical, of course, but out there having fun. 18:48 with the 3, 74 miles an hour. But a nice light on the 087 on the tree. Now a motorcycle rider leaving the start line. Running straight down the center of the Aeroflow lane. 2.5 seconds to the 60, but 11:42 with a 6 across the finish line. 143 miles an hour.
Yeah, great pass.
Wasn't rushed off the start line, but got down there. Denny Saddlemeyer out for another run in the Falcon. What will the AU do this time? 1385 with a 1, 99 miles an hour.
Doesn't change, does it?
Nope.
It's like the Volvo. Exactly the same, every pass.
Except Danny's smashing through 5 gears. I think the Volvo would be automatic for sure.
Yep. Wow.
Oh, that's the
Is that-
Subaru, I think.
Is that clutch?
It sounds like clutch. It's not. It's a lot of horsepower not getting to the ground in the way that it's planned to. Still runs a 1249 at 119.
Had a little bit of a haze coming out from
Yeah.
under it too, so that's probably fried clutch. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess when you
I meant to say clutch, but it come out wrong. Yeah.
some words just
Yeah, they just
blend together, don't they, mate?
They do indeed.
Yeah, no, I think with that, when it slips that bad, it's
Yeah, it's at it.
yeah, but even like if he lets it cool down and
Yeah.
comes back out, it doesn't.
No, there's no coming
No,
back from that.
They,
Once
gla-
you've-
they like glaze
Yes.
over, and then yeah. So unfortunately, I think
glaze the friction face, and as well as that, the clutch flywheel is just toasted as well.
not fun.
No, not at all. But joys of running manuals.
Manually
Why-
transmissions in cars. Yeah, 1252 with a 7 at 112 mile an hour for the Skyline, Mark. Nice pass. We got a Boscovich down there in the rocket lane.
Okay, got the Beamer right beside him.
Falcon away much better off the star line, but I think the BMW with the horsepower in front of the 1,000-foot mark, and a 1233 with a 3 at 112 miles an hour.
And 14.2 for the rocket lane. Let's give him a little bit of a head start then. Falcon down in the aeroflow lane.
It's one of our comp cars here tonight. We'll see racing, of course, with dial-ins.
We've got Sammy Joe's car down in lane 6. So from what Stewie was saying, it was a loose wire on the switch of the trans brake.
Oh, wow. The old loose wire.
Does it every time.
Yep.
So they've got that sorted.
1468 with a 994 miles an hour for the Falcon in the aeroflow lane.
The two bikes down here.
Eyeballs are down there in the airflow lane.
Great reaction
Nice.
from the rocket lane. 0.040. But the aeroflow takes the win. 975 at 129 miles an hour.
Looked closer than that across the finish line, but when you look at the numbers, there was a little bit of a gap between. I think this Orange Falcon's going to be given a run for its money right about now, Mark.
Yeah, I think you're right. Some little Mirage went down the track nice and straight and produced a good number at the bottom end. So
Ooh, that sounds like clutch there too.
yeah, yeah. I think he's definitely got out of that one. 12.0, 123 miles an hour for the Falcon in the rocket lane. And 14.5 at 63
Yeah,
for the aeroflow.
definitely not representative, but hopefully the driver got out of it, recognised there was an issue, and I think rolled on through. You could hear it every time. It sounded like it was building boost, but it just basically free revved.
Yep. Yeah, you just keeping your eye on that tacho, you'd see it straight away, wouldn't you?
Well, you'd also feel that there's no drive happening.
No.
You're not being pinned in the seat as you would expect.
A little hop of the Falcon to come out but Supra has just blazed on out. 1.9.
Wow, Mark, look at that. 1085 with a 3 at 133 miles an hour for the Supra.
Wow.
Just goes to show how critical a 60-foot time is when you want to run a good number. Sometimes we see cars with a slower ET but a big speed. That tells us that they're making plenty of horsepower, but maybe not getting it to the ground in the most effective manner. But of course, you know, sometimes we see those cars then do a run where they hook up and into the nines at 140, 150 mile an hour.
Well, Sammy Joe 60-footed at a 151. Eden coming on strong.
Yep.
9.9, 145 miles an hour for the Rocket Lane.
And a 10.15 at 133 for Sammy Joe. It was about a tenth in it across the finish line. And they would have both enjoyed that.
Yep, it would be good to see you put a 9-second pass down the track.
Yeah, very much so.
Got the Commodore up against the Statesman. .5, 126 miles an hour for the Aeroflow, and 186 miles an hour for the Rocket Lane. Well, Steve, you just got a bit of information on the Mirage?
Yes, I believe it's a friend of Adam's, and it's running a Evo 7 or 8 power plant in it. So that's where the horsey power is coming from. I don't know if obviously not the gearbox because it's front wheel drive. I'd imagine that if you were going the conversion to through the gearbox, you'd
yeah, definitely.
Yes, we should do that. We'll get Stewie down there to have a bit of a chat, I think.
Wow, smoke out there. Must have been from the Volvo.
It's come across from the Aeroflow lane. I think the Windsor-powered Cortina probably contributed most of it. 083 on the tree for Dave Matasevic in the black Cortina. Straight down the center of the lane. 1093 with a 4. 125 miles an hour. The little 347 Windsor doing its thing. And the Volvo crossing the finish line. 19.1.
It's a little bit slower.
At 70.8. So I'm just enjoying the experience for longer.
18.7 usually. Time after time.
Have a look at this little Corolla. It's mint down there on the start line. It certainly looks it from up here.
Sorry, I've been looking at the Supra.
I know, a pair of very different Toyotas down there on the start line.
Yes.
I could see you in that Supra, actually.
I could see me in that Supra too. I just can't see me paying that much money.
I don't know what their market value is nowadays, Mark. I haven't looked recently.
From what I've seen, around 120 up.
Oh, wow. Really?
For a really good one with all the gear.
1231, 128 miles an hour. And an 18.3 with an 8. 74 miles an hour for the little Corolla. I guess it's the same era of performance as the R32s and that sort of thing, and they tend to fluctuate a little bit in their value as well.
I think all those cars cop the COVID tax.
Yes.
So
well, every car copped the COVID tax, really.
Yeah. But yeah, your performance stuff was no one could go anywhere, so they were just buying cars.
Well, I also think too, Mark, like that's a car that, someone in my age group, would have been looking at in magazines and stuff as a younger teenager or whatever, and I guess got to the point now where they're in their mid-40s.
Yep.
and the midlife crisis is knocking, and a little bit of money saved up.
Yep. What do I want to do? I want to buy that car from Fast and Furious.
Yes, well, that too.
But I want a 9-second one.
Yeah. Why? Because I can.
Yep.
Golf R down there taking on the R8 Club Sport. The R8 leaving the start line with a 4.66 light, 2.1 seconds to the 60. Not a bad 60 foot for a big heavy car, and a 13.0 at 111 through the finish line. And 15.1 for the Golf in the airflow lane.
We've got the HSV in the rocket lane against the Falcon. Of 117 miles an hour for the rocket lane, and 14.2 at 96 miles an hour for the Aeroflow. You've got the Beamer up against the Commodore Ute, the Oz car drives up from Wollongong. Did I hear it correctly?
Yep. Madden, very experienced drag racer down there in the rocket lane. BMW lined up very much askew on the start line. Just waiting on the utility to bump into stage to bring those top two white lights on.
Just slowly tipping it in. Oh, great reaction.
Yeah, 011 on the tree for the utility. And runs on through for an 1180, 124 miles an hour.
And 12.8 at 110 miles an hour for the Aeroflow. This orange Falcon on a single pass.
Must have just rolled the beams there. It didn't look like it moved, but the red light definitely showing on the bottom of the tree. And a 13.1 at 120 mile an hour.
Yeah, miles an hour's there, isn't it?
Yeah. Tells us is making the horsepower, the 60 foot, see, 3.2 seconds. That's definitely room for improvement there.
Okay, we're just the red light's on at the moment. Might get Stewie to go for a little bit of a wander. Just So Stu, if you're just out there, maybe go for a wander up to see what happened with Sammy Joe's car.
Well, I haven't seen Sammy Joe's car come back yet.
It's up in the staging lanes, mate.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. I'll go and have a talk to her. I know it was a wire that had come loose, but
I think they might have a bit of a wiring problem up there at the moment.
again, oh, that's a shame. And if they got the fire truck up there, go. Maybe a little bit of fire there in the car, which is never a good sign.
No, it's not a good thing, and especially if you've got nitrous on board as well.
Yeah, it looks like Brian's underneath having a good hard look at the car.
It was on the exhaust, so it made a fast pass, but it's not going to do the next lighting.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's nothing major. Looks like a little bit of rubber. Should be right to go, boys.
Just hasn't been her 12 months, has it? Well, while we're waiting for our fire trucks to get into position, our next week's Aeroflow Race for Real is a JDM versus Euro theme night.
Now that is going to be a cracker.
It definitely will be a cracker. And I've just been suggested by one of our production gurus, Adam. He's offered Stewie a ride. Adam he's got a pretty nice little Porsche that he's recently acquired. And he's offering Stewie a passenger ride in the Porsche next week, and we're going to get some live commentary from it. If Stewie says no, I'm in, right? I'll go in reserve. Stewie's a bit lighter than me, so it'll go quicker. But
Yeah, so just a little bit of news on Sammy Joe's car.
Yes.
So that wire came loose, and they put the car back, jacked it up to fix it. Unfortunately, somehow someone's left a light underneath the bottom of it, and it's caught on fire.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I don't know how much damage there is to the car, but yeah, I don't really want to go near the dialed-in racing pit at the moment.
so, like a work light, you mean?
Yeah, like a work light.
Okay. But those things do happen. That everyone's rushing around trying to get it done and get the car back down on the line.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a shame that happens, but look, hopefully they'll be able to get the car looked at, back to the pits, have a look at it, and then get the car back out for a pass, because it's obviously running the numbers. It's entered in the comp night. Sammy Joe, very, very competitive racer, and there's like anything with racing, there's the highs and highs, and there's the lows and lows.
Yeah, it is indeed.
Thanks for a bike's about to leave the start line. Very even off the start, about 200s on the tree mark, but the rocket lane added a better light, and I think a little bit more horsepower runs through for a 1054 at 145 miles an hour.
And 12.0 at 114 miles an hour. The rider on that bike had to wrestle that thing off the line. Will popped up in the air.
Angela Phipps Hunt down there on the start line for yet another run on board the new motorcycle. .055 red on the tree for Angela in this pass. Nice and straight down the center of the lane. 11.03 with a 9 at 141 miles an hour.
I'm just standing down here next to Humble, and it's always good to see a car with radials at all four corners. Quite a little exciting car to watch, this car. Got the power behind it. And in next to it, we've got the SF Racing VP Commodore.
Just a few words from our starter to the competitor in the Aeroflow.
Just didn't like that launch there in the Civic. Just bogged down a fair bit just as he left the start line.
And the Commodore will claim the win here, Mark. 16.29 with a 684 miles an hour.
And 19.7 at 66 miles an hour.
Still got no response from Stewie about going for a ride in Adam's Porsche. I think you and I should arm wrestle for it. I know you like Porsches, Mark.
So was there a Porsche here, was there?
No, but there will be next week.
Oh, really?
Your name's on it.
Yeah, on the passenger's door.
What, my name?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay. That's just with Adam driving?
Yes, he's not going to give you the key. He doesn't want to give you the key, but he'll give you the passenger seat. If you don't want it, I'm taking it, right?
No, he just doesn't want me to embarrass him. That's why he doesn't want me to drive it.
Oh, he's saying you can drive.
Yeah, I'll run a record in it and then he'll be happy. You go, that's my car. I ran a record. Absolutely. I actually thought about bringing the rocket out next week, believe it or not. Just for a little bit of fun.
Is Adam saying yes? His eyes lit up.
Yeah,
well,
nice.
you would fit into JDM. We could do that. We could do that. Mark could race in his Camry.
No, Mark could bring the Hilux.
Well,
I reckon. Oh, he might bring the Camry. Or he
someone's
might
got to stay up
surprise
here
me
and
and go bring
commentate.
you.
Someone's got to commentate.
Speaking about your ute, what's going on with that, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. Hey, we got Sexy Red down here, another VX Club Sport. This one looks very, very nice. Taking on this Falcon. Well, aren't we lucky tonight? We've got two cars with Sexy on them. Of course, we've got Sexy Red, and we've got one of our track officials, Ethan, also known as Mr. Sexy. He's here tonight as well, 04 Sexy. He's going to hate me for saying that.
was that a Golf just doing a smoky
Yes.
burnout? I think it was.
It
It might
was
be the
indeed.
first time that we've seen a Golf do a burnout. Most of the time they go around the water.
Yes.
Well, this one's got a bit of work done to it, Steve, by Galano Engineering.
Oh, say no more.
And
Blazing the tyres on the start line.
yeah, there's a bit of water coming out of that car. Guys, just to everybody that's out the back, I know that Steve and Mark have mentioned it already. We know it's warm, but please make sure that your air conditioning is off and your climate control's off, please, guys. So we're not dropping any water. Mark, we've got one of your favourite cars out here now. We've got the CRV with the exhaust pipe hanging out of the bonnet.
That's a spot. Where else would you put it?
Yep, of course, the gold plating underneath the bonnet. One crazy piece of machinery that we've had come out to Aeroflow Race for Real. Big thank you to Aeroflow Performance for coming back on board and keep getting behind Aeroflow Race for Real. And of course, if you need parts for your car, guys, make sure you check out Aeroflow Performance, Rocket Industries on Facebook.
Got the GoPro on the back. We're having a good look at the 3:30 timer mark and a black track leading right up to it. On a mission, 11:45 with a 134 miles an hour.
And 12.3 at 111 miles an hour. Little the chatter marks off the line
Yeah,
there.
I was just going to comment on that. It spun hard all the way to the 60, and then there was a break for about 2 meters, and then it got back in and didn't stop until the 3:30. Those drive shafts would have been absolutely loving that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got that little break there, just enough time to bang another gear.
It's probably where it fell off boost.
Oh, geez, we get some great cars out here, don't we?
We do. We get some pretty good characters as well.
Yeah. That thing is just an absolute weapon.
Skyline having a crack at the limiter now.
Well, Steve, it's always good to see Brianna down here. Bosco Autos, or Bosco's Engines, the Falcon XR6. There's Brianna behind the wheel. Young lady behind the wheel, about to do her thing.
Out of Junior Dragsters, of course, Brianna has done a number of passes here tonight. She's going to see how she goes. I'm assuming part of our comp night.
Yeah, doing a cracker of a job too. And of course, Bosco's big players in the top sportsman category throughout New South Wales state champ rounds.
Josh took home his first Andra Gold Christmas tree on the weekend.
Oh, good on him.
Yeah, he was pretty pumped about that. As you would be, racing all those years. I think he's taken a IHRA one, but the first of the gold Andrew Christmas trees, and it was the same for Fiona Crisp too in modified. She took home her first gold Andrew Christmas tree. Of course, the very much prized possession in Australian drag racing.
Well, guys, I'm down in the staging lanes, and I'm standing right next to the SF Racing VP Commodore. How you going, brother?
How you going, mate?
Yeah, good. Mate, you've been drag racing for a fair while here at Race for Real. Tell us about the VP.
I'd totally say V6 Mang at the moment. Just brought it for fun, just to cruise around, take it to car shows and stuff. Just a bit hard to find these old girls now, and yeah, just have a bit of fun before it goes LS one day.
Yeah, LS seems like everybody wants to go LS. I guess that's the cheap way to go quick these days, isn't it?
Yeah, it's it. I build them for a living, so it's easy for me to chuck them in, build them, and nice cam package or whatever in them, and yeah, bang for buck.
Whereabouts is your workshop based?
I work from home, out of my garage, out in Cambridge Park. I just take on what I can do, and yeah, just do like I don't do a lot. Like I mainly got look after the kids and stuff. So yeah, try and do what I can do in the spare time and earn a bit of extra money. That's it.
Well, there you go, guys. If you want some work done in your car, do to the gentleman here from SF Racing in the VP, and he might be able to help you out with your car.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Yeah. Now, got to get a bit of a word with the Honda drivers, Mark. I know it's not a Mazda, but it's a Honda, so, you know. What's going on, brother?
Hey?
What's going on, brother?
I was just trying to send it.
Mate, that first one just seemed to bog down off the start line.
Yeah, we're going to send some more boost into it now, that's for sure.
Tell us a little bit about the car, mate.
It's all built by BYP. All-wheel drive, 1,000 horsepower package, running about 600-700 at the moment. Just trying to dial it in, you know?
Sick. There you go, boys. BYP Racing built. Honda motor. You know it's going to be quick. That's cool. And manually shifted too.
Hey?
And manually shifted.
Yeah, H-pattern. Or straight cut gears.
See, real drivers use 3 pedals.
100%. Who uses 2 pedals?
That's exactly right. Go out and have fun, Humble. How good's that, Mark?
Where do you buy these 1,000 horsepower packages? I want one.
Well, I'll tell you what, get in touch with Benny Tran, and I'm sure if you've got a Honda motor. Another person I saw floating around as well, Steve, was Scotty Diver from Ichiban Performance. Now, who's floating around with a laptop, which has always got me thinking, what are you up to? Because I haven't as yet seen a Subaru come out.
Maybe he's working on a customer's car tonight.
Nice.
Maybe.
He's up to something.
Well, there was a very quick Subaru that ran before, but was slipping the clutch pretty bad.
Yeah.
So maybe could be that car.
I don't think you'd be putting any tune into that one.
No.
Yeah, definitely could be that one. Okay. Down here with the guy with the Falcon, Turbo Falcon, mate, you're out having fun.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. Having a bit of fun, testing the car out, seeing what happens with it. I had a bad fuel pump before, come off, now I swapped it over, back to it.
Good stuff, mate. What's the plans for the car?
Rip it all apart in 2 months and put it in a different one.
Nice. Nice. There you go, Mark. The white EA EB Falcon, or the gear being ripped out of it and putting it into another shell.
Uh-huh.
That's cool. I like that. We'll be keeping an eye on that too when it comes out. Now, Mark, I've got the driver next to me. He's just rocked up in the staging lanes in the CRV. Mate, mate, first of all, Mark Thomas upstairs, one of our commentators, he's very impressed with your driving ability.
You like it?
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Oh, fuck it out.
Oh, jeez. No swearing, mate. No swearing. Mate, mate.
Spinning too much.
Mate, you might get a 10 today. You might get lucky.
I think it'll get a 10.
Well, if you get, like anything, the 60 is the most important part.
Let him know that it spun the wheels to the 330, so definitely there's some room for improvement off the start line.
Steve just said it was spinning the tyres to the 330, so there's definitely room for improvement.
Yeah, we turned down the boost in first gear, so hopefully something happens.
Yeah, something will happen. Hopefully it'll be a quick one. Oh, dear. You never know what these guys and girls are going to do.
Definitely picked the right car, hasn't he?
I mean,
I reckon it looks great.
Yeah, we talk about it because it's something different, you know,
Yes.
and it's fast and cool, and the driver's a bit of a character as well. They all combine to create the atmosphere that we've got
Does
here at the
indeed.
Aeroflow Race for Real, and it just goes to show that, you know, you can have a Commodore or a Falcon, or you could come out here in your Volvo. You know, I know we say tongue in cheek about, you know, the Volvo and not being the quickest car on the premises, but the driver's out there having fun, and that's what it's all about. He's testing himself. We've seen one O-light out of the driver so far tonight.
Yeah,
You know,
who's right here, Steve?
Oh, you've got him.
Mate, what's your name?
Sam,
Sam, welcome to Aeroflow Race for Real. Mate, tell me a little bit about the Volvo.
what would you like to know?
Well, first of all, what's in it?
Just a little 4-cylinder.
Yeah, 4-cylinder what?
Red block.
It's got the stripped out interior, Steve. It's got the race seats in it. It's manually shifted. You're out here having fun. That's the main thing, isn't it?
Stock standard, nothing's done to it.
Stock standard. There you go, Steve. It's actually a Volvo with a Volvo motor in it. Well, it's been a while since we can say that.
Well, I mean, the Volvo manufacturers did make some pretty cool power plants in their day. I guess that they probably just didn't see the development that other engine makes did. You know.
Well, we've seen some very quick cars go into Bathurst, didn't we?
That we did. I mean, there's plenty of motors out there that are undiscovered in terms of what they can do performance-wise. I think we had a guy out here a couple of weeks ago in a little Datsun running a forklift engine, of all things, you know? So who would have thought that someone looked at that and gone, you know what, this would make a really good package for a Datsun or a small car that I can run a 4-cylinder.
He was right.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know if that particular car was the first. It's the first I've seen forklift engine in
Yeah.
a car, but you know, obviously someone's looked at it and gone, you know what, this is very underrated in a forklift. Let's see what it can do in a race car.
Well, I don't think I've ever looked at a forklift and gone, mate, that thing's
No.
going to crack.
You wouldn't. It's not the process that comes to mind when. Yeah, yeah, that's right. I'll ring Crown and get a survey. Get at least you could potentially a part source there. But I guess the point that I'm making is that the performance industry is responsible for so much of this stuff that whether that driver of that Datsun has seen a forklift engine in somewhere else in the world, gone, what, I'm going to actually give it a crack.
Yeah, for sure.
Why not? I work at the workshop's just replaced something in the forklift. I'm going to borrow that and
put a supercharger on it.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I think innovation. I've had this conversation with someone on air before. The innovation of everybody in Australia is pretty cool when it comes to motorsport. I know that there's a lot of different racing where rules don't necessarily allow for a full free thinker in that I want to run my V8 supercar with a 2J in it because you just can't. It's not it's not an engine that you can actually run in that class under the class rules. But there are a number of different motorsports around that are pretty open in their rule book. Drag racing, one of them. You can build a car with any car with any engine in it and find a class to race it in. And I think that's an absolutely fantastic opportunity for somebody to flex their brain in thinking for themselves and trying something new in many instances.
Yeah.
Like over Christmas, my father's been reading a book on classic race cars of the 1900s and stuff like that, and those people were mad.
Yes.
Like you're talking four-cylinder engines that are like 5 and 6 liters in capacity, and they go out and do 100 mile an hour. Yeah, okay, by modern technology, that's not that fast, but these things didn't have brakes.
No, that's right.
There was one car that was really cool. It had like a full body on it, and the back of it was like a boat tail, so it had the pointed rear on it. It was covered in. Now I think Dad said that driver engaged an engineer to build the car for him, and the sum that he spent in the 1900s, I can't remember the exact figure, but is equivalent to spending I think it was like 350 grand getting this car built.
Yes.
And it ran everything custom. So the guy made his own engine. It was found in a field by a fellow, and he'd recognised what it was, purchased it, and then started the big hunt to try and find parts. They only made 2 or 3 of these engines, and the way that it was cast, and I dare say that the restoration cost the new owner a small fortune as well. Yes. But I guess the point that I'm making is that it highlights the innovation of people in motorsport. And people go, oh yeah, what are you into race cars for? You've got to remember that a lot of that technology eventually filters into modern day race cars. Like the F1 teams are all majority of production car based. So their engineers are testing a theory in an F1 car that in 5 to 10 years time is in some way, shape or form actually put into a road car, that we see that technology, like the charging brakes and all of that sort of stuff that we see. That was all shown in F1, I think probably before anything else, because they could see an advantage in it from a racing point of view. Well, it looks like we've got the tractor down there just doing a couple of runs out to the 60 foot. I might just take the opportunity to promote some of our upcoming events here at Sydney Dragway. And of course, if you like your burnouts here on the Sydney Dragway burnout pad on the 30th to 31st, we're going to have the Bonanza for 2026. It's going to be an absolute cracker of an event.
2 days.
Yeah.
How huge is that?
Yeah, imagine how much tyre smoke you're going to be able to inhale in 2 days of burnout action here at Sydney Dragway. I know Stewie down there will be pretty pumped for that event.
Yeah, not to mention we've got a car coming from New Zealand as well, a blown Corolla. So we can't wait to see that car hit the pad. Bonanza 2 days of tyre smoke. It's going to be a pretty awesome event. I reckon that Jake Myers in Sicko, if he's entered, I reckon he'll be out for redemption. Didn't do too well down at Summer Nuts by his standards. So I reckon he'll have fire coming out of the ear holes as we got the fire up signal down here on the deck.
And of course, that Bonanza is this weekend coming. So if you haven't got your tickets and you want to head on down to Sydney Dragway, grab your tickets and please come join us at the venue. Our next Aeroflow race for real is the JDM versus Euro theme night. We can see the flyer up on the big screen, supported by Motive DVD and Sydney Dragway. Then on the 11th, the following week, our regular Aeroflow race for real, featuring drag racing from 6 till around about 10 p.m. And of course, if you're sitting out in the crowd and thought, well, and have had the idea of coming out to Sydney Dragway with your car or bike, please do so.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it. There's no harm in giving it a crack. Entry fee's not that expensive. Night like tonight, you get plenty of runs. In terms of safety equipment, all you need is covered shoes, long pants, long sleeve top. If you haven't got a helmet that's in date, we can surely rent you one. And of course, if it's not your first time here at Sydney Dragway, you can actually take a passenger with you. 098 on the tree for the Volvo. This is the second O light. That thing manually shifted, as the driver said. And the Golf will get there first. 1541 with an 890 mile an hour.
And the Volvo's back into the 18s with an 18.4.
Yes, it's a little bit cooler now. The sun all but setting here at Sydney Dragway. The air temperature hopefully will start to drop.
We're getting into prime time.
And not only the ambient air temperature, but the track will probably start to cool down a little bit. And even though it'll hold the heat for quite some time. Of course, that black bitumen absorbing all those UV rays.
Yep.
A little Corolla down there, taking on the FG Falcon. Falcon well out in front at the moment, and we'll take the win. 12.55 with a 128 miles an hour.
And 18.4 at 74 miles an hour for the Aeroflow lane.
I didn't even have to see the cars to know which two these were. Wasn't there a red one? I thought there was a red Falcon Ute too.
Yeah, they've got a red Falcon Ute as well. And I think they've got another Ute as well, sitting at home somewhere.
Because you don't see this model utility on the road at all anymore.
You can imagine at home. I'm going to get the car out. No, I'm getting the car out. It'll be just big burnouts out the driveway.
Well, now they've got their own, and it's almost like seeing double.
Yeah.
14.43 with a 595 mile an hour for the Aeroflow lane, the quicker of the two.
Well, I'll tell you what, that JDM versus Euro theme night, that should be an absolute crack of a night. Big thank you to Andrew Hawkins from Motive DVD helping to get behind the event. Hopefully, we will see some very quick R35 Skylines, or Skylines in general, make their way out, get to Sydney Dragway. I mean, let's face it, we can't have the French and the Euros, having all the glory, can we? The JDM cars, come on guys, we've got to show up. We've got to show these Euros what it's all about.
Well, Commodore just turning tyres off the line, but in the meantime, Beamer out and gone. 12 to 114 miles an hour. And 17.2 at 93 miles an hour. Green Commodore really hasn't had a real lot of luck out there, Stu.
No, not really. It's only a first timer in the VF, but I'll tell you what, this VE, Mark, that sounded tough in the burnout. Man, that thing is loud for a street car.
Well, the VE doesn't seem to too happy at the moment, Stu, just cruising down the track.
Well, this should be pretty good, Steve. King 2 Litre is out here tonight, the Nissan Silvia.
Taking on the Skyline down there in the rocket lane. Wonder what sort of horsepower King 2 Litres got under the right foot. Because if you have a number plate like that, you've got to be able to back it up.
You do indeed, yep.
Nice burnout from both races down there.
Yeah, both of them, Steve, got radials on the rear end of the car.
Waiting on the Skyline to bring the second white light on in the lane. Oh, up in smoke, I think, for both cars. A little bit of wheel spin. 2.4 to the 60 for the Silvia. Doesn't sound like there's any aggression there on the gear change for either.
No, I think they finally got off the line and then have just cruised on from there. 15.8 at 100 miles an hour for the rocket lane.
All right, next up we have the Nissan Pulsar down there.
He's up against the Supra.
Yeah, this Pulsar looks fairly stock as well. I've been very impressed with this Supra down here in the rocket lane.
1.8 seconds to the 60. And a 10.63, 132 miles an hour.
And he was on the brakes well before the finishing line.
19.2, 72 miles an hour for the Aeroflow lane. That Supra sounded really good. Once it got off the line, it just revved hard.
Such a sweet sounding 6-cylinder as well.
Yep.
There 2J.
Yeah, they definitely like the Barra. They got a sound of their own.
Oh, 87 on the tree for the Fiat.
It's actually cut some good lights
Yeah,
this afternoon.
he went 027 earlier tonight. And a 13.22 with a 9. 109 miles an hour.
And 14.4 at 98 miles an hour for the rocket lane.
There's Lewis out again in the later model Nissan Pulsar. Hoping he can be back next week for the JDM theme night.
Yeah, I think there's a fair few people out there at the moment coming back for that one.
Pulsar with a better reaction time, keeping the Club Sport honest across the finish line. 13.05 at 106 miles an hour.
All right, Brianna Boscovich, the Bosco's Engines sponsored XR6 Turbo about to take out out west. This very tough Mitsubishi Mirage.
Yeah, this is Adam's friend, Michael Urbe. Well, the IHRA official just running across to the Lancer. Just wondering if we have Some furry spectators somewhere. It is that time of night.
Yeah, just a little bit of air out the front of the tyres of the Mitsubishi Mirage, Steve.
Big flash of flame out of Michael's Mirage on the 1-2 shift. Didn't seem quite so happy after that. But a 14.45 at 96 miles an hour for Brianna in the airflow lane.
All right, Mark. Bit more JDM action now. The Honda CR-V.
He's
about
torn.
to take on the Supra.
Yeah. He's torn. Does he look at the CR-V or does he look at the Supra? You'll have to share the vision. I think the CR-V will be an eyeful to the half track. A little bit better on the launch, a little bit less wheel spin, but definitely still wanting to snap to the left. Driver pulling it back to the center of the lane, all the way down, 1140 at 135 miles an hour. So a 1248 with a 3 at 131 for the Supra.
And that thing is mental.
I think I've got it on replay here. We'll just punch it up there. We can see the CR-V moving over towards the center line. Driver pulling it back to the middle. And it's wanting to move back over, but by that point,
Yeah.
a bit after half track, everything sorted itself out. Ari, the torque steer.
Yes, Honda definitely has a mind of its own, doesn't it?
Well, most of them do. Especially when you start running crazy boosts through them.
Mm. So they've taken boost out off the line, made it a little bit more sedate. I dare say they've put it in elsewhere into the...
Well, you just don't take it out.
No, no.
He's probably taken it out in first gear, but added
In all the rest.
15 pound in all the rest.
Yeah.
What's just left over, right?
That's exactly it.
12.94 for a 5 at 110 mile an hour for Robbie Madden in the utility.
You can't have it, not use it.
All right, let's see if our Honda can get off the start line. We talked to the driver earlier. All-wheel drive this machine.
Well, he's got a passenger in it, Steve. So it's got a little bit more weight in it to pull it off the line.
Well, 1.8 to the first gear change. That's where he went to the 60, and then doesn't appear that too much happened after that. Oh, he accelerated again there at the finish line, 90 mile an hour with a 16.8, but definitely coasted for most of the track there, a 14.15 for the Falcon in the rocket lane.
Doing a little bit of a mop-up down on the line.
All right, AJ back out on his 1000cc Suzuki. B modified bike. Much better off the line there. Had to catch it just before 3:30, but it's on a cracker at pass 881 at a 154 and a 991 at 146. Two great passes there from our motorcycle riders.
Your 001 light there in the rocket lane as well, Stu.
I love 8-second passes.
I bet the rider does too.
Yeah.
11.99 with a 5 at 111. We'll take it in the airflow lane.
And 10.9, 144 miles an hour for the rocket lane.
Let's give the lanes a light spray of lane speed. Which I found out the other day, Steve, which I didn't know. Actually comes from America. I thought they actually made lane speed here, but VP Race Fuels, great suppliers of race fuels here in Australia, they supply the lane speed.
I think another car that should be back next week is a little RS3 down there in the airflow lane. Taking on a bit of Aussie muscle down there in the rocket.
It's all right, Adam. If we get a few rotaries turn up, mate, the Audis won't be worth a look, mate.
Stewie just said if the rotaries turn up, the Audis won't be worth a look. Adam wants to know how your rotary's going. Stu?
When I win a lottery.
That Audi ran through for a 13.12, but a 12.10 in the rocket lane for the Falcon to take the win there.
Well, Falcon down in the rocket lane. Nice, quick, sharp burnout.
Well, to be fair to Adam, he knows that, and most people that come here to Sydney Dragway, they know that I'm a JDM fan. So obviously I am going to side with the Japanese cars. All right, this Falcon winding up a little bit of a boost, bit of a problem with the fuel pump earlier. And they seem to have fixed it. And, oh, just as I say that, commentator's curse. You know, sometimes, Steve, I really should learn to shut my mouth sometimes with giving people a rap. That was a big one. It just got a few little drops of coolant on the start line, boys. That's come out of the Falcon.
Yeah, you can see the replay there, Stu. The large amount of white smoke coming from the Falcon started around half track. Or a little bit before. Something not going right there. We've said that car's been a little bit smoky on each of the runs that it's had.
Yep.
But hadn't dropped anything on the racing surface.
Can't really see too much from up here. Well, it does seem to, we do have a bit of liquid down on the track.
Yes, Mark, it does look to have gone a fair way. We can see the officials out there looking for the start of it and the end of it. Of course, then they will assess what is the most effective cleanup method. Unfortunately, something has let go of that Falcon and will mean that there will be a little bit of a cleanup. So if you're at the venue, take the opportunity to grab some dinner. It's nearly that time. It's that time. And I can feel my stomach growling a little bit. So take the opportunity to grab something to eat, grab something to drink, and we'll be back with you very, very shortly, or as soon as we possibly can, here at the Aeroflow Race for Real Wednesday night.
Heavy Duty magazine is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs, and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
We feel that pulse in the engine boom. Brisbane showgrounds, hear the crowd go zoom. Performance pulse, heart racing all day long. Revving up the culture, this is our song. Drop the clutch, light the flame. We rolling deep, JDM muscle cars, drifters on the street. Halls packed tight, horsepower insane. Performance pulse on the map, we own this lane. Dynos hitting hard, see the torque go wild. Chops, builds, custom rides, every dream compiled. From classics to mods, bikes and 4x4. Fans lit up with energy, always wanting more. DJ on the deck, speed banging heavy. Crowd moving, feet grooving, vibe keep steady. From sunset cruising to the midday blast. Performance pulse, we built to last. We feel that pulse.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Building a street car through to a race car? Be sure to think of Aeroflow Performance. The ever-increasing range that started with just hose, fittings and fuel system components has grown to include boosted turbochargers, bang shift shifters, X-Pro ignition and electrical accessories, Bosch motorsport products, fabrication parts, as well as driveline and engine components. With an exceptional distribution network and inventory, Aeroflow products are always within reach. With more to come in the future, be sure to keep an eye out at aeroflowperformance.com.
Simpson Race Products Australia offers the widest range of safety gear, including helmets, Simpson hybrids, boots, driving suits, gloves, harnesses, underwear, accessories, and much more. Whether you're on the drag strip, circuit, or off-road, Simpson Race Products Australia has all the gear to keep you protected. Built to protect every race, every track, every lap. Simpson Racing Products Australia. For more information or to get some of the best safety equipment in Australia, send an email to sales@simpsonraceproducts.com.au or contact them directly on 0407 108 103 or 02 9545 6662.
I have this incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition, I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport, and that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
Drag racing, it isn't just a sport, it's our legacy. Performance, it isn't just a word, it's our promise. 3 generations, one unwavering passion. Speedflow, where innovation meets performance. Proudly Australian, unmistakably world class. Speedflow.
Hey everyone, are you in business for yourself? Maybe you own and run a transport business and are eyeing off a new truck or trailer. Or maybe you're a tradesman needing another essential tool. Well, here's a game changer for you. Check out Credit One Equipment Finance. They are Australia's top choice for financing for good reason. Whether it's transport, construction, farming, or any trade, Credit One Equipment Finance is perfect for your business. No matter your industry or equipment needs, Credit One Equipment Finance is your go-to solution. They understand that growing your business means having the right equipment and tools, which often requires substantial investment. With Credit One's diverse finance options, you can acquire your excavator, van, truck, crane, or whatever your job demands. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out over 1,800 glowing 5-star reviews on Google. That's right, 1,800 and counting. For competitive rates and solutions that beat the banks and for lightning fast loan approvals, visit www.creditoneequipmentfinance.com.au or click the link in the video description below. Empower your business today with Credit One Equipment Finance.
Heavy Duty magazine is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs, and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
showgrounds, hear the crowd go zoom. Performance poles, heart racing all day long. Revving up the culture, this is our song. Drop the clutch, light the flame. We rolling deep, JDM muscle cars, drifters on the street. Halls packed tight, horsepower insane. Performance pulse on the map, we own this lane. Dynos hitting hard, see the torque go wild. Chops, builds, custom rides, every dream compiled. From classics to mods, bikes and 4x4. Fans lit up with energy, always wanted more. DJ on the deck, speed banging heavy. Crowd moving, feet grooving, vibe keep steady. From sunset cruising to the midday blast. Performance pulse, we built to last. We feel that pulse.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Building a street car through to a race car? Be sure to think of Aeroflow Performance. The ever-increasing range that started with just hose, fittings and fuel system components has grown to include boosted turbochargers, bang shift shifters, X-Pro ignition and electrical accessories, Bosch motorsport products, fabrication parts, as well as driveline and engine components. With an exceptional distribution network and inventory, Aeroflow products are always within reach. With more to come in the future, be sure to keep an eye out at aeroflowperformance.com.
Simpson Race Products Australia offers the widest range of safety gear, including helmets, Simpson hybrids, boots, driving suits, gloves, harnesses, underwear, accessories, and much more. Whether you're on the drag strip, circuit, or off-road, Simpson Race Products Australia has all the gear to keep you protected. Built to protect every race, every track, every lap. Simpson Racing Products Australia. For more information or to get some of the best safety equipment in Australia, send an email to sales@simpsonraceproducts.com.au or contact them directly on 0407 108 103 or 02 9545 6662.
I have this incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition, I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport, and that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
Drag racing, it isn't just a sport, it's our legacy. performance. It isn't just a word, it's our promise. 3 generations, one unwavering passion. Speedflow, where innovation meets performance. Proudly Australian, unmistakably world class. Speedflow.
Hey everyone, are you in business for yourself? Maybe you own and run a transport business and are eyeing off a new truck or trailer. Or maybe you're a tradesman needing another essential tool. Well, here's a game changer for you. Check out Credit One Equipment Finance. They are Australia's top choice for financing for good reason. Whether it's transport, construction, farming, or any trade, Credit One Equipment Finance is perfect for your business. No matter your industry or equipment needs, Credit One Equipment Finance is your go-to solution. They understand that growing your business means having the right equipment and tools, which often requires substantial investment. With Credit One's diverse finance options, you can acquire your excavator, van, truck, crane, or whatever your job demands. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out over 1,800 glowing 5-star reviews on Google. That's right, 1,800 and counting. For competitive rates and solutions that beat the banks, and for lightning fast loan approvals, visit www.creditoneequipmentfinance.com.au or click the link in the video description below. Empower your business today with Credit One Equipment Finance.
Heavy Duty magazine is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs, and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
We feel that pulse in the engine boom. Brisbane showgrounds, hear the crowd go zoom. Performance pulse, heart racing all day long. Revving up the culture, this is our song. Drop the clutch, light the flame. We rolling deep, JDM muscle cars, drifters on the street. Halls packed tight, horsepower insane. Performance pulse on the map, we own this lane. Dynos hitting hard, see the torque go wild. Chops, builds, custom rides, every dream compiled. From classics to mods, bikes and 4x4. Fans lit up with energy, always wanted more. DJ on the decks, beat banging heavy. Crowd moving, feet grooving, vibe keep steady. From sunset cruising to the midday blast. Performance pulse, we built to last. We feel that pulse.
Hi, my name's Jenna.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird,
Oh, that's mine.
the Combi for when we want to get away, the XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Building a street car through to a race car? Be sure to think of Aeroflow Performance. The ever-increasing range that started with just hose, fittings and fuel system components has grown to include boosted turbochargers, bang shift shifters, X-Pro ignition and electrical accessories, Bosch motorsport products, fabrication parts, as well as driveline and engine components. With an exceptional distribution network and inventory, Aeroflow products are always within reach. With more to come in the future, be sure to keep an eye out at aeroflowperformance.com.
Simpson Race Products Australia offers the widest range of safety gear, including helmets, Simpson hybrids, boots, driving suits, gloves, harnesses, underwear, accessories, and much more. Whether you're on the drag strip, circuit, or off-road, Simpson Race Products Australia has all the gear to keep you protected. Built to protect every race, every track, every lap. Simpson Racing Products Australia. For more information or to get some of the best safety equipment in Australia, send an email to sales@simpsonraceproducts.com.au or contact them directly on 0407 108 103 or 02 9545 6662.
I have this incredible drive to succeed. I've just got this ambition, I want to get on the podium. I think there's a lot of people that have an older mentality and don't think women belong in motorsport, and that's one thing I'd like to prove a lot of people wrong. It's you in the car and it's your ambition and your drive to win. As soon as that helmet goes on, that's it. I'm Brooke Newson. I'm a sprint car and outlaw car driver.
Drag racing, it isn't just a sport, it's our legacy. Performance, it isn't just a word, it's our promise. 3 generations, one unwavering passion. Speedflow, where innovation meets performance. Proudly Australian, unmistakably world class. Speedflow.
Hey everyone, are you in business for yourself? Maybe you own and run a transport business and are eyeing off a new truck or trailer, or maybe you're a tradesman needing another essential tool. Well, here's a game changer for you. Check out Credit One Equipment Finance. They are Australia's top choice for financing for good reason. Whether it's transport, construction, farming, or any trade, Credit One Equipment Finance is perfect for your business. No matter your industry or equipment needs, Credit One Equipment Finance is your go-to solution. They understand that growing your business means having the right equipment and tools, which often requires substantial investment. With Credit One's diverse finance options, you can acquire your excavator, van, truck, crane, or whatever your job demands. But hey, don't just take my word for it. Check out over 1,800 glowing 5-star reviews on Google. That's right, 1,800 and counting. For competitive rates and solutions that beat the banks and for lightning fast loan approvals, visit www.creditoneequipmentfinance.com.au or click the link in the video description below. Empower your business today with Credit One Equipment Finance.
is the proud sponsor of Sydney Dragway Street Bike. Editor Mick Withers is a long-time racer and supporter of this entry-level bracket. Heavy Duty is Australia's #1 Harley-Davidson magazine, with road tests of new Harleys, features on wild customs, and tech articles from riders with grease under their fingernails. Heavy Duty is also proud to sponsor modified bike champion Sean Ricketts, upcoming junior drag bike racer Anastasia Lucky, and modified bike racer Peter Bartlett. Grab your copy of Heavy Duty magazine from heavyduty.com.au.
We feel that pulse in the engine boom. Brisbane showgrounds, hear the crowd go zoom. Performance pulse, heart racing all day long. Revving up the culture, this is our song. Drop the clutch, light the flame. We rolling deep, JDM muscle cars, drifters on the street. Halls packed tight, horsepower insane. Performance pulse on the map, we own this lane. Dynos hitting hard, see the torque go wild. Chops, builds, custom rides, every dream compiled. From classics to mods, bikes and 4x4. Fans lit up with energy, always wanting more. DJ on the deck, speed banging heavy. Crowd moving, feet grooving, vibe keep steady. From sunset cruising to the midday blast. Performance pulse, we built to last. We feel that pulse.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 13 46 46 for a quote.
Building a streetcar through to...
Well, welcome back, guys, to Aeroflow Race Drill. Great job by our Sydney Dragway A team to get that cleaned up as quickly as possible, and we are back into racing, and we've got Empower down here, this little BMW 1 Series.
Well, Stewie, I think I seen you down there even helping them clean up too.
Didn't do too much, just a little bit of a mop-up. I do occasionally do track work here at Sydney Dragway on the odd occasion, not just do commentary. But always willing to lend a hand. Oh, the Beamer! Now, the last few weeks, we've been pretty lucky that we've had some very quick 10-second BMW 1 Series come out here to Sydney Dragway. This one has also got a set of radials on the rear end of it as well. So he means business. Got a little set of Hoosiers on the back of it. Look good out of the hole, Mark.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Stu, he went out at a 1.9 with a 60. Nice and strong top end, 12.3, 113 miles an hour.
Now, these are two cars, Mark, that they weren't really big sellers for Holden, but nevertheless, it's good to see two of them out here, and two clean examples too, the Holden Adventurers.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't take off. You know, like 5.7 LSs in them. Okay. I think maybe the Rocket Lane could have left way too early because he got no readout at all.
Now we've got two VE Club Sports down here now, Sexy Red and Wybra. Sexy Red coming out of the G'd Up Racing stable. Nice and straight down the Rocket Lane too. Nice 1363 there as the Skyline comes out now. Now one thing we didn't touch on, Mark, with that JDM versus Euro night is that we've actually got Nissan Australia that'll be coming out and being part of the event as well. And I know that Andrew has had a lot. Andrew Hawkins had a fair bit to do with that, try and get Nissan out here. And that's quite a big coup, because it's not easy to get people from head office, let alone car manufacturers, make their way out here to Sydney Dragway and just see what we do and what it's all about.
Well, 11.7, 119 for the Commodore. And the 30.4 at 109 for the Skyline.
The early model Corolla. Tell you what, it's been going pretty well tonight. It's a shame it didn't come out last week or a couple of weeks ago for our Toyota theme night. Well, DNA 75R in the Rocket Lane, this tough Golf. Very quiet off the start line, but a nice 12.54 at 111 as the Nissan Pulsar makes its way out. And then after that, we are going racing, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be the first round of our comp cars. It's Dial Your Own Racing. They've had time already to work out what their car's going to do, although conditions have changed a fair bit. So they'll have to factor that in to their dial-in times.
Yeah, Bushy definitely touched on that a little bit earlier, Stu, around the... We're just going to ignore you. Just around the weather conditions, that the track will cool down a little bit, the weather cools down, the cars gain more horsepower in that weather.
Now also, guys, one thing we need to mention, that the best reaction time tonight, the person who's got the best reaction time is going to win a free ticket into Race Reel for next week. And we'll be calling that a little bit later on, so hang around, guys. Now, the big question, who's going to win the comp night tonight? We've got a few heavy hitters in the field, Steve and Mark. And I know it's getting serious because Mark's standing up. So
I've got my thoughts on who it might be.
you know what, Steve? I'm actually thinking the gentleman below you might be in with a good chance.
I reckon potentially that's one of them. Or maybe both of these, maybe. Maybe. Funnily enough, they're all Ford-powered cars, or all Fords that I'm thinking. But it wouldn't be the first time I'm wrong.
Sending out the Ford vibes. All right, here we go, guys. We got Chris Varoulas down here in the CMV Performance Assisted Falcon about to take on David Matasevic.
Matasevic dialed in with a 10.56. And Mr. Varoulas in the rocket lane dialed in with a 15.0, which means 4.5 second head start. We'll go to the car closest to our grandstand. There he goes. Oh, nice light from Mr. Varoulas. Close on the reaction time for Matasevic, but a little bit of work to do, I think.
Chasing him down hard.
A little bit of wheel spin for the Cortina off the start line. Oh no, Varoulas gets there first, but goes too fast. He breaks out and hands the win back to the Cortina, who takes the round win with a 10.80 at 125 miles an hour. So what a breakout is where the competitor goes under the self-nominated handicap. Basically, it stops sandbagging.
Yep.
And what it means is that if both cars can actually go under the dial-in, and that's what we call a double breakout, in that instance, whoever goes under by the least is the winner.
Yep. So it's really a way to make it all really even.
Yep.
And as Steve said, you can't sandbag.
Nope.
You got to go pretty close to what you dial in, and it's all about reaction times and what you've nominated for your dial-in.
Well, this is a little bit unfair. We got dialed-in racing versus dialed-in racing. Owen's left it on the tree, 0.183.
Oh.
Stutchbury car has a little bit of work to do. 600ths he gave, nearly 700ths of a second he gave away. I don't think he's going to catch the, the breakout. 15.26 with a 1 on a 15.50. That's 0.3 of a second. That's a sizable breakout there.
That is indeed, yep.
I guess he was thinking the Stutchbury Commodore was going to come past at 1,000,000 mile an hour. There's a couple of different approaches to dial you in racing. You can dial in a little bit soft and maybe back off or apply brakes at the finish line, or you can dial in hard and just run it out the back door.
Yep, that's what I always like to do.
Yeah, that's the easier way to do it in a sense, but there is a risk that you're not going to actually catch the other car. So you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think my personal opinion is shared with Mark in that you pick the dial in a little bit harder so that you can run it out the back door.
Oh, Sammy Joe, great light.
Got around 2/10 up her sleeve. She's not going to let this one go. Oh no, the Falcon got there by 100th of a second. Okay.
Did he not break out?
That's what the computer was showing.
Yeah, that the Falcon did break out.
Alrighty. How do you... I have to word this way, Mark. I can't really say the master and apprentice because that's... Brianna's not exactly an apprentice drag racer. But she's taking on the GOAT, Mr. Danny Stoudemire. Having said that, though, as Steve mentioned, Brianna, former junior dragster racer, is used to living off the foot brake. Could she take a massive scalp here?
Two good lights, but the great light for the rocket lane.
Yeah, Brianna.
Oh,
wow.
Danny actually backed out. You could hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Brianna Boscovich. 0.26 on the tree. Wow. All right, Eden out now in the Area 51 Custom Performance Ute, about to take on Wicked 4 litre.
Aaron's gone in with a 10-1 and the Falcon a 14-8. Eden, oh, and just touches the brakes. And breaks out. Okay, VX Commodore down the aeroflow lane. Gone in with a 10.90. Up against a Statesman who's gone in with a 16.0. Statesman just gone round the water. Doesn't need a burnout. There's another big weight here, Bushy.
Oh yeah, at 5.1 seconds. It's pretty decent. Where's the Statesman going to be? Probably somewhere between, I reckon, 200 feet. Statesman with the reaction advantage.
Yep.
Come down to who's closest to the dial in. Chasing. And the Statesman didn't get that mark by 1/10 of a second. We heard the VT roll out of the throttle at the finish line. Our next pair going through their burnout procedures. Have the little Fiat down there dialed in with a 14.43.
And the Falcon's gone in with a 16.50.
Around 2 seconds. Head start going to the Falcon here. Ooh, very nice light for the Fiat. This should be a spicy run. I think should be in front quite comfortably if it runs close to the dial in. I think already getting closer, and they're nearly locked together at 1,000. The little Fiat takes the win. 14.65 with a 3 on a 14.43. Got there by 2/10.
Yep.
And a bunch up the sleeve from their action time. The Falcon are about the same distance away from the dial-in. 16.72 with a 5 on a 16.50. that concludes our first round of Dial Your Own competition here tonight. A little bit of R8 grudge racing.
Good run for the rocket lane. What? No. VT. Oh, did it? Okay. Got the Volvo up against the Honda. I think we're probably going to roll both these cars out. Just reset the computer.
Both these cars will be liking the cooler conditions here at Sydney Dragway.
Yes.
Now that the sun is completely gone.
Especially the Honda.
Yes. Maybe on the two-step we might see a bit of flame out the bonnet, out the pipe. Not quite sure if it's spooling up that way, but of course the easiest way to make boost is make the exhaust as short as possible. And I'm pretty sure that exhaust pretty much exits straight out the back of the turbine through a 90-degree bend up through the exhaust, up through the bonnet, sorry. 083 on the tree for the Volvo. Here comes the CRV. It's typical walk around at half track. The Volvo through the finish line, 18.0 at 74 mile an hour and 11.61 at 123 miles an hour for the CRV.
A little bit of a wobbly run.
See our next pair waiting in the water down there. Ready to go. We've got the Golf in the airflow lane. And the R32 Skyline down there in the rocket lane. Not quite sure what the hold-up is. There's obviously some red flashing lights on the tree. Shout out to Chris Samet in the crowd from your brother Anthony. Anthony watching on the Dragways Facebook page. Shout out to Mark from Rodney Waters. Don't know if you saw that comment there.
I didn't, mate. Hello, Rodney. How you going, mate? Been a long ages since we've caught up.
Christopher Varillas shouting out to his brother Nick, we've just seen in that round one of DYO Your Racing. The Skyline leaving with a 5.17 reaction time, the better of the two. Got to the 60 at 1.8 seconds. And down the Rocket Lane, a 12.19 with a 5 at 112 mile an hour. Both cars at the same speed. Golf with a 13.1 mark across the finish line.
Yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Okay, we've got Honda and Lancer.
Yeah, a couple of angry silver race cars sitting down on the start line.
So this Lancer's got an Evo, what is it, 7 or an 8?
Yeah, 7 or 8 power
Evo
plant
one.
in it. Yep, the Mirage that is.
Oh, sorry, Mirage,
And the Honda in the Rocket Lane's got a 1,000 horsepower package detuned at the minute. All-wheel drive, the best launch of the night so far for the Honda. We're on a number here, Mark, I think. Definitely motoring at the top end of the racetrack as Hondas do. 10.30 with a 146 miles an hour for the all-wheel drive Honda in the Rocket Lane there.
But did you see the Mirage?
No, I did not.
10.6.
Yeah, wow. Nice, good pass for
Good
the
pass.
Mirage as well.
So yeah, definitely got that Evo motor motivating.
Yeah, well done to Michael for that one.
Eleven seven, 118 miles an hour for the Aeroflow lane. We had the Corolla down in the water, just bouncing that car back and forwards. Up against the VP Commodore. Well, Corolla's got his nose out front. 13.6, 107 miles an hour.
And a 16.40, 83 miles an hour. Skyline going through its burnout procedure in the Aeroflow lane. Taking on the hatchback in the Rocket, Mark.
Yep. Waiting on the Skyline. Yep. Put the next staging light on.
Hatchback gone. 1.9 seconds to the 60 foot. And through the finish line with a 12.42. 112 mile an hour.
And 14.2 at 110 miles an hour for the Aeroflow lane. We now move back to the bikes.
Angela Phipps Hunt going through a burnout procedure in the Aeroflow lane this time around.
Definitely been putting some good passes in tonight.
Yeah, I think the challenge at the moment seems to be leaving the start line consistently, but Angela will get there. She's very determined. Oh, pair of reds on the start line. 012 red for the Rocket lane, the better of the two. And a 993 with a 146 miles an hour.
And 10.9, 141 miles an hour for Angela.
The next pair rolling up to the start line. See the extended swing arm on the near side bike here. Of course, extending that rear swing arm allows the bike to leave harder. Better leverage off the start line. 124 mile an hour at half track and a 923 at 153 miles an hour. .271 on the tree for the rider in the rocket lane.
He goes out 2.04 for the 60.
And a run on through the finish line, 11.88 with the 7 at 114. 114 mile an hour, the best part of 170, 180 kilometres an hour.
Yep. I'm going to say yes to every one of them because they're way too hard to think about.
Well, 100 mile an hour is 160.
160, yep.
This is a nice round number.
This is a good
Which
pass.
car is this? That's that Sylvia, is it? I think it's rolled out of the throttle a little bit earlier, but a 10.26 with a 4, 138.9 miles an hour. That's 220 odd kilometres an hour there.
Yep.
Nice pass out of the Sylvia.
It's a little bit sketchy off the line, which is a little bit out of shape, but Howard through it.
And the rocket lane runs through for an 11.23 with an 8, 124 miles an hour.
Car in the aeroflow lane, 19.546 miles an hour. Sounds very flat off, straight off the line.
This is the first time tonight the Falcon in the twin XF Falcons are not running together. .002 red for the racer in the rocket lane. That's what we call a pink light.
Oh, jeez.
And we'll get there first with a 14.57, 94 miles an hour. And the little pulsar mark runs on through for a 19.38.
71 miles an hour.
Yep. Another pair of double red lights. The rocket lane with the better of the two, 071 on the red side. Closer to the green. Tell you what, this is fairly close ET-wise. I think the Utes just going to get there by 100th.
Yeah, I think they were paying a little bit of attention to the reaction times and dial-in times of our competitors for tonight.
Well, not a bad launch from the Falcon. We could just hear those rear tyres going stick, stick, stick. They were a little bit of a screech, but not enough to break loose completely. But a 10.15 with a 2, 145 miles an hour.
Wow, huge miles an hour there. And 15.6 at 93 miles an hour. Got the Commodore just coming into the rocket lane. Waiting on the Corolla.
I think outgunning the Corolla here by a wee bit. But as we keep saying, it's all about testing yourself on the reaction time, testing yourself and the car in the speed and ET trying to get consistent. And of course, either of these two cars could run in Street Fighter at any of our track champ events.
Yes. 13.0108 miles an hour for the Rocket Lane.
No, Jeffrey, Gold Rush did not come back tonight.
Reckon that'll pass off as a European car?
No, it's about as American as you can get.
I just want to see it come back out again.
He gets still raised, just not as part of the theme night.
Okay, just a few words from our starter to the competitor.
Wagon away first, but the Falcon with the horsepower. 1.8 seconds to the 60. And 11.001 with a 0, 129 miles an hour.
And 14.5, 95 miles an hour. He definitely needed that because he gave a lot away on the line.
I'm surprised that Danny's not in our part of our comp night. Yes, okay. He's stripped it all out and made it a race car. Yeah. 004 red for Daddy. Let's see what he can do now that the air's got a little bit cooler. 13.78. 78 miles an hour.
And 16.0 at 90 miles an hour. HSV Commodore up against the VW Golf.
Clubsport away first, and I think we'll lead the way from start to finish. $13.16 at 107 miles an hour.
And 12.4 at 112 miles an hour. We've got the Supra up against the Honda again.
Ben, production manager's just saying, two-step it, we want some flames. Oh, definitely moving. 104 at half track. Here we go, Mark. 11.45, 132 miles an hour.
And 11.5 at 131 miles an hour.
That would have been a cracker of a race if they were even more even off the start line. There was a big reaction time advantage to the Honda there. Both cars running virtually identical.
I think maybe the Honda's slowed down a little bit. 12.9 at 113 miles an hour to an 18.9. We'll Corolla up against the Supra. Supra backs off real early. 12.1, 85 miles an hour. 14.2 at 104 miles an hour.
All right, round number 2 of Comp Night. Kicking off, we have Dave Matasevic down there in the Ford Cortina, dialed in with a 1080. Looks like he's picked up the solo.
Yeah, it's going to be R1 for him.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one, though, because he can test his dialing.
103 to the 60. Sounded like there's a little bit of a pedal on the hit of the throttle.
It's on the limiter at the end.
1082 with a 2, 125 on a 1080. Our next pair rolls forward. Rieta Boskovic in the Falcon, dialed in with a 1430 dial in. She will be chased by Corey Stutchbury in the rocket lane with a 1090 dial in. Will it be Ford or will it be Holden? Brianna already into full stage. Stutchbury just bringing that white light on now. The trio will count down for the Ford first. Ooh, not a bad light. A little bit of work to do for the Commodore driver. Will the Falcon stay in front? It does, but goes too fast, Stewie. Got there by 2.5 tenths, but under the dial-in. Handing the win back to Stutchbury in the Commodore.
Yeah, that's Brett Stutchbury behind the wheel of the Commodore.
Oh, I assumed Corey. Sorry.
But that's all right, so did I actually, but no, Brett's behind the wheel.
Is
But,
that Aiden's in the black car?
Yeah, Aiden's in the black car, yeah, and he won't be liking this race because he's up against a teammate.
Well, that'll make it a good race then. All right, will it be Falcon or will it be the Fiat? Another cracker light for the Fiat. Got him with a 14.53. Got around a 10.5 up its sleeve. Fiat out in front at 1,000 feet on the brakes. And still brakes out. Goes 14.39 with a 9. Got there by 2.5 tenths again, Mark.
Oh, jeez.
Tried, but not enough. Of course, it's easy for you and I to say.
It is
we're not down there in the heat of the moment trying to judge whether a car's going to come past us at 100 mile an hour, but the Fiat was the quicker of the cars there and just didn't get on the brakes early enough.
You're just talking about fractions of a second.
That's exactly right. That's all we are talking about there.
And this is what makes Dolly Rain racing, or bracket racing as we call it, very, very exciting. The two Dolly Racing Commodores down on track. Sammy Joe down here in the shift right, and Dolly Racing assistant Commodore Aiden down there in his car. Call it out, Steve.
Aiden with a little bit of an advantage on the start line. And does not convert it to a win. Heat 2 breaks out, 10.54 with a 5 on a 10.58. Only just going under. Got there by a 1/10.5. Sammy Joe takes the win, 10.17 with a 2 on a 10.09 dial-in. Just goes to show it's not over until the win light's on your side.
Absolutely. She had a little bit to play with up her sleeve, but...
Hey, Steve, I was down in the staging lanes earlier.
Yes.
And one of the dad who's driving the white Falcon against his son in the identical car, he didn't realise that he could enter this comp night in his car. And I said to him, of course you can. So expect to see him out racing at our next Dolly Rain comp night here at Aeroflow Race for Real.
Yeah, of course, I think the only stipulation is it's got to be a
So just goes to show, guys, it is Dolly Rain racing. Providing you can run quick enough within, and you're good on the tree, hey, you never know. You could take out some heavy hitters. King 2 Litre is back out. It had a pretty mega pass last time he came out. But he's taking on this very nice looking Golf.
And a 14.10 at 103 miles an hour will take the win here, Mark.
And 13.07.
All Nissan battle, all Nissan Pulsar battle down on the start line. Flashbacks to the early 90s. These would have been pocket rockets back in the time.
What was that about, pocket rocket?
These two Nissans racing down the racetrack.
Oh, right.
The Pulsars.
I thought you were talking about me. That's
No. Don't get a
that's right.
complex, mate. It's all good.
No, it's all right. I just hear Pocket Rocket and I always think they're talking about me. That's all.
I
it's a
figured.
game.
And at 18.10, 75 miles an hour to take the win over a 19-second pass in the rocket lane there.
We'll back down with the two Falcons.
We do a light housekeeping on the start line here at Sydney Dragway. How many race meetings they get out of a set of tyres before they've got to swap them?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, a pair of reds on the start line. They're virtually identical on the red. 200s in the 60 foot. I was going to say I thought the Aeroflow lane, a little bit more horsepower in the burnout, seemed to be able to carry the skid a little bit further out of the water. And a 14.36 with a 9.
And a 15.3 for the rocket lane. Corolla up against Commodore.
Yeah, the VE GTS.
This little Corolla's picked a couple of unfair battles tonight. Got a nice light though. Commodore driver, I don't think fussed about the reaction time. Ooh, seemed a short shift there.
Yeah.
Ooh, I wonder if something's gone amiss because on the brakes.
Still travelling under its own power and everything, which is good.
And the little Corolla. An 18.5 across the finish line.
Danny out in the Falcon, up against a Falcon.
The rocket lane might be newer, but it's not an AU.
All right, Joe Borg down here in his stock Falcon G6E, the winner of the fastest reaction time tonight. Did very well to crack a 000. So he's got a free entry into next week's Aeroflow Race for Real. Danny Stadelmeyer, 0.011 on the tree for the big AU.
And the AU will take the win. 13.74 with a 9, 98 miles an hour.
And 14.3 at 97 miles an hour.
All right, the Hyundai i30N, it's got the disco lights on underneath it.
Would you put some of them on your car, Stu?
Absolutely not.
Okay, just an idea.
Nope. Nope.
you
Well, I
want to-
respect the old 2000s and the car scene back then. No. They wouldn't look good on my car anyway. On that car, they actually suited. But, oh, that car on the brakes just before the finishing line as well. A 13.28. As the giant killing Nissan Pulsar makes its way out and taking on the Volvo, the 240 GL.
May want to get the eyelashes on it too.
Did you hear that?
For you, I heard him
Keith-
say something about the eyelashes.
Yes, Keith said something about the eyelashes on there.
Now. That might be going a little bit too fast, you.
Yeah,
Lewis in the Pulsar out in front and runs on through for a 13.57 with a 9 at 106 miles an hour. And an 18.0 for the Volvo, 74 miles an hour.
Well, here we go, Mark. 2J versus 2J.
Yes.
this should be a good race. Both cars have been running very, very well and plenty of speed out of both of them. It'll be, I think, who gets the power to the ground. The Rocket away first with a 1.760 foot. On his way to a pretty good number, 10.79 with a 0, 132 miles an hour for the Rocket Lane, and an 11.34 at 132. So big speed for the black car in the airflow lane. Just the 60 foot and the launch perhaps hurting. There was around half a second, I think, in the 60 foot between the two, and the speed is what tells us it's making horsepower, and the ET
carries it all the way through.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Well, the
like you said,
YAE Performance BMW has just smoked the Commodore off the start line, and another 12.16. This car, Mark, I've been quite impressed with tonight. Steve, this thing has just come out of nowhere. PSI 016. It has been running some cracker numbers as the weather's cooled off.
What's it like out there at the moment, Stu?
It's actually quite nice. It's not cold. It has cooled down a fair bit, but you can still feel the heat that is radiating from the track. You wish it was you. .6 seconds to the 60 for the Falcon. We're on a pretty good number here, Stu. And a 974 with a 3, 145 miles an hour. Far out.
Yes.
And 14.0 for the Rocket Lane.
All right, the early model Falcon taking on the Holden Adventurer wagon. Even off the start line, only 2,000s in it, Mark. The Holden product with the better 60 foot and a little bit more horsepower. 14.49 with an 8.95 miles an hour through the finish line.
And 16.8 at 83 miles an hour. Well, the Honda's back out again.
Is this where you just go page up, page up?
It is.
Page up.
Yeah, you just,
more page up.
Just keep banging away.
Move around at half track once again in the Honda. 11.76 with a 7, 133 miles an hour. I think you're right, it is slowing down a little bit. Still gets the win quite comfortably though. All right. Pulsar on Pulsar again, very close on the reaction times. They're almost locked together. The airflow lane a little bit better in the 60-foot launch.
Just carrying that little bit of a lead through.
I'm guessing that's the Triple S because it's got all the painted bumpers and accessories. And therefore perhaps a slightly different cam. A 1793 with a 0, 76 miles an hour. All right, the Sylvia, let's see what it can do. 1.6 seconds to the 60. Sound like it rolled out of the throttle.
Yep.
And a 12.90, only 86 miles an hour through the finish line.
And 14.4 at 95 miles an hour.
I tell you what, Adam, you're not wrong. Someone on the stream has posted poor roller. He's come out and just absolutely hammered the front end in that burnout. I figured perhaps maybe it's the last run he's going to do. He's going to cross everything and hope for the best, and that's what he's done. Sent it in the burnout for the Corolla. Either that or the guy in the Falcon's been G'ing him up. The Corolla's just going, no more, no more.
We got to get home.
Yeah. I'm not going to say.
Well, cut a good light on the negative side, but it's not bad. .6, 94 miles an hour.
And an 1845 with a 1, 73 miles an hour for the Corolla.
All right.
I bet you it hasn't done a skid like that, like forever. At all, ever.
Now we're into our next comp.
Oh, a couple of heavy hitters down there on the start line. We've got Brett Stutchbury in the VT Commodore, dialed in with a 1090, taking on David Matasevic in the black Cortina, dialed in with a 1080. There's a 10th between them. The Cortina will do the chasing. We'll just see a stagger on the Christmas tree here, Mark.
Yes, indeed. Look then.
This could definitely go either way, couldn't it, boys?
Yeah, both cars being running right on that dial in each time. Oh, nice light for Matasevic. Away with an 061. He has a little bit up his sleeve over Stutchbury's Commodore. The Cortina just in front of the 1,000, and the Cortina will take it 1088 with a 5, 122 miles an hour. Got there by 10th to take the win. And it will be David Matasevic's Cortina taking on the blue FG Falcon. Or will it be Sammy Joe's green Commodore? 1467 the dial in for the Falcon to a 1014 the dial in for the green machine.
Well, Sammy Joe definitely has all the hard work to do.
Yes, for over 4.5 seconds head start going to the Falcon. Definitely going to see that stagger on the tree. The Falcon will probably be nearly at the 100 feet out from the start line. Nice light from Sammy Joe. She has a little bit in the bank here. Car left nicely. I don't think the Falcon, oh wow, I thought the Falcon was in front there. 0.2 of a second, the gap. And Sammy Joe,
wow.
10.14, she was 2 thou over the dial in. 10.14 with a 2 on a 10.14 dial in.
Wow. I would not change that.
That's right, Adam. It's dialed in. Well done.
Man, you're observant, Faddingham.
run for our bike competitor there. 11.84 with an 8, 134 miles an hour. Another nice light from the Fiat driver. 054 on the trees. Been cutting it down tonight.
Yeah, he's been cutting some really close times. Got the Volvo up against a HSV.
It's some pretty cool cars here tonight.
Yep.
Both in speed, but also plenty in character as well. I know that we all chuckle along, but it's all in good fun, and it's great that we're able to have that conversation and bring everybody's passions to all of our viewers online. 079 on the tree, and of course the spectators that come to the venue to take in the sights, the sounds, and the smells that you can't quite get at home. 12.01 with a 7, 119 miles an hour. And the Volvo 1865 mark, 74 miles an hour.
Going quicker.
Yeah, it's freeing up, mate. It's 061 on the tree for the aeroflow lane. And runs through first with a 12.63 at 109 miles an hour.
And 16.2 at 89 miles an hour. Well, the Honda is back out again up against the Skyline.
Oh. Car seemed to stumble on the 1-2 shift for some reason and definitely got moving at the top end, considering the lost time. 12.73 with a 0, 122 miles an hour. And a 13.41, 30.47 with a 1, I beg your pardon. For the car in the aeroflow lane. And a 13.93 at 101 miles an hour for the little hatchback. Nice light for the rider in the rocket lane, 077. Seen some good lights from our bike competitors here tonight.
Yeah, they've been very sharp, that's for sure. 9.7, 149 miles an hour.
And 11.82 with a 3 at 114 for the airflow lane. Again, the Corolla punching way above its weight. I think Eden could let it be at nearly half jack before taking off.
Still chase him down.
Yep.
Well, you got to set the bar high, you might as well.
You need to pair it up with the Volvo or something. Or one of the Pulsars, maybe. Oh, Eden not taking any prisoners. 080 at the tree.
167 in the 60.
And a 10.02 with a 3, 140.6 miles an hour through the top end. 220 kilometers an hour. And an 18.38, 72 miles an hour for our Corolla driver.
Well, big congratulations to Hessam, who in the Volvo, he was our commentator's choice winner tonight. And sure enough, boys, it was the original motor that was in it. I've got a nice photo actually of the engine. But no, just good to see it, isn't it? All these different vehicles that we've had come out tonight for Aeroflare Race for Real. We're still not finished yet.
Well, yeah, I've touched on about being individual, and of course the Corolla and the Volvo probably got the most chuckles out of us just because it's something different, and that striked our interests, and hence the award. You know, I mean, there's some pretty cool cars here, some very fast cars, but both the Corolla and the Volvo is something a little bit different in the sense that they're stock, and the drivers are out here having a crack with what they've got, and they're putting on a good show in terms of the reaction times. We've seen 3 or 4 or 5 O-lights from the Volvo, done a handful of passes here tonight, and hopefully we'll see the driver back again in the future, or even at a race for real, at a New South Wales track champ meet, can race in Street Fighter in exactly the same safety gear that they're running here tonight. All right, I can see our 2 finalists for the Dial Your Own Challenge here tonight in the staging lanes.
Yeah, just strapping themselves in, getting ready.
Been a pretty successful couple of days for Dave Matasevic. We can see it rolling through now in the black Cortina. Took home a trophy at the Andrew Drag Racing Masters here on Saturday evening.
Well, Dave's had a race face on as soon as he brought that car out from the tunnel earlier this evening for his first pass. You could tell he meant business. You can always tell a racer by their eyes when they mean business.
Come on, Josh. Show us your skills.
Sammy Joe, I reckon the nitrous bottle will be getting low.
All right, Sammy Joe, just below you in the tunnel now. Get ready to get on the edge of your seats, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be an absolute cracker of a race. 2 great drivers. Sammy Joe obviously hasn't been drag racing as long as David has, but take nothing away from her. Her reaction times are very, very good, but David, well, he knows how to play the game. As Steve mentioned, a multiple winner throughout the years here at Sydney Dragway.
All right, Sammy Joe rolls through first in the aeroflow lane, dialed in with a 10.07. In the green Commodore, we can see the dial-ins up on the boards. Matasevic in the black Cortina, dialed in with a 10.85. .347 Windsor on board the Cortina. Nitrous-fed LS in the Commodore. I think it will come down to the start line, Mark.
Yes, definitely.
Both races very good on the tree. Oh, Sammy Joe with the advantage by around 200ths. Neither light bad, just Sammy Joe fractionally better. And Matasevic gets there first by 900ths of a second, but goes under the dial-in. 10.79 with a 7 on a 10.85. Handing the win back to Sammy Joe. Goes 10.13 with a 3 on a 10.07 mark.
Wow. Okay.
Margin of victory in total around about 1/10 of a second. Congratulations to Sammy Jo. I know she will be absolutely chuffed with that. And it's been a trying couple of months for her and the team. So I'm sure that that's just a fraction of the reward that she deserves for the continuing to push on through. Congratulations to Dave Matasevic for making the final. And congratulations to both our racers for putting on a good show, and to all of our competitors that have come out tonight. Made the night quite enjoyable for us as commentators. I hope everybody out in the crowd and those joining us on Facebook and Instagram have enjoyed the coverage. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend the Sydney Dragway is hosting the Bonanza on the 30th and 31st on the Burnout Pad. And then, of course, next week, bring your JDM or Euro out and have a crack down the quarter mile. Brought to you by Sydney Dragway and Motive Video. And, of course, if you don't have a JDM or a Euro, you can still race your car. The following week will be the next Aeroflow Race for Real, where we'll feature, obviously, drag racing. And we look forward to hosting you here at the venue, either at the venue live or via our live streams. On behalf of all of our production crew and the Sydney Dragway officials, thank you very much for joining us. Look forward to being with you next week. Be safe on the roads. Talk to you then.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you, everyone.